Hey guys, what's going on today? I got a video talking about the Steam Summer Sale once again, but this time I'm going to do a top 10 list for games under $10. So, I've seen a lot of people saying that there weren't a lot of good deals under $10, but I found a pretty good list of games that are just phenomenal for under $10. These are great deals, and I highly recommend you pick them up. Starting with number 1, we got to go with CSGO, $7.49. CSGO is just one of those games that every PC gamer must have. If you don't have it, now's the time to get it. CSGO is a super cheap game that you can put a ton of hours into. I myself have put over 300 hours in the last month. It's just a ridiculously addicting game, a hyper competitive first person shooter that you can just have tons of fun with. For number 2, we got Spec Ops The Line. Say you don't want a competitive shooter like CSGO, you want something a bit more casual, more fun, like story driven by yourself, not necessarily competitive. Spec Ops The Line is a great game for that. It is a third person shooter, so if you're not really into third person, it may not be for you, but it is still a phenomenal game. There's a multiplayer aspect to it, but it's pretty much dead, so you're mostly getting this game for the single player. But the single player, I feel, is definitely worth the $7.50 that this game cost. Number 3, we got The Binding of Isaac coming in at $8.99. Binding of Isaac is one of those games that I can recommend at any time of the year. It's just a lot better to pick it up on sale. It's a phenomenal game. It's one of those kind of weird games that, doesn't really make sense, but at the same time, it's just a really fun game that you can put a good amount of time into. I personally don't play it as much, but when I do play it, I have a ton of fun, and I can highly recommend this game for under $10. Number 4, I gotta go with Left 4 Dead, the bundle again. I know I added this in my last video, and I was trying to pick games that were different from the last video, but Left 4 Dead is just one of those that I can't leave off the list. For $6, you're getting Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. That is just a phenomenal deal for just hours and hours of game time. And then the mod support for Left 4 Dead 2, you're going to be well over tripling your game time just by adding mods. It's just so much fun. You're going to love this game. Number 5, we got Undertale. Undertale came out recently and it blew up, and a lot of people loved it. I unfortunately didn't get to play it when it was new, but I watched a lot of other people play it, and it has a ton of great reviews. So it's one that I can't recommend from experience, but I can recommend based off reviews and from seeing gameplay. It looks like it's a ton of fun, and I think anyone who picks it up will enjoy it, and it's only $6.99. Why not? Number 6, we have Skyrim coming in at $9.99. So this is the most expensive on here, but it is like one of the best PC games out there. Skyrim is just a phenomenal game. If you just add mods, it becomes like a perfect game. There's just so much to the modding community of Skyrim. It's fantastic. It really makes an already great game even better. It just blows my mind what some people can do when it comes to modding Skyrim. Number 7, we have South Park The Stick of Truth coming in at $7.49. This game is so much fun. I have played through this game 3 times, I believe. It is just a ridiculously fun game. It's one of those comedy-driven RPGs that I just love because it's South Park. How can you hate it? It's South Park. Number 8, we have Civilization 5 for $7.50. Most of these games are $7.49. I'm just going to say $7.50. Just make it easier. Civilization is an amazing game that I really love. Like, I love this game. I like to compare it to City Skylines, but it's in a whole different realm. It's a completely different game with some similarities to it, similar stylings, but it's just a phenomenal game that if you really aren't, like, if you want like a slow paced kind of game where your opinion, like what you decide matters, not necessarily your opinions, but your decisions. Civilization is one of those games. Unfortunately, this doesn't have all the DLC, so it's not the best deal, but for $7.50, getting the base game is a pretty good deal. Number 9, we got Zombie Army Trilogy. Now, this one isn't really a favorite amongst a lot of people, and I kind of agree. I have this game, and I think it's a ton of fun, but I can see why some people don't like it. It's a game where it's pretty much Sniper Elite. If you've played Sniper Elite, you know what you're getting when it comes to Zombie Army Trilogy. Because it's basically Sniper Elite, but instead of shooting somebody that's going to shoot you back, it's just zombies. So it's kind of in that realm of, it's kind of a replay of a decent game, but it's one of those games that I can really enjoy and have a ton of fun with. It's not one that I'll be playing for like hours on end, but it's one that I can hop on, play for 5-10 minutes, have a ton of fun. You know, you get those animations where you shoot someone in the head and you can see the bullet go through their skull, or shoot them in the dick and you can see the bullet go through their balls. It's a ton of fun, really weird, but the graphics on it are phenomenal, and it's one of those games that I can really get behind and have fun with, especially with friends. Number 10, we have Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition, coming in at $7.50. Dragon Age is one of those games that you just have to play. If you have a good PC, this game looks phenomenal. Even if you don't have a good PC, this game is still beautiful. It looks phenomenal, and it's just an amazing RPG that you can just put tons of hours in, have tons of fun. I personally love this game. I don't own it on PC, but I will. I'm gonna be buying it because this is just a great price for the Ultimate Edition of this game. Coming in at under $10, that is just perfect. Now, I do have some honorable mentions. 2 of these really didn't get on the list because they're right at $10. They're $10 exactly. And sometimes, you know, when you're looking for those cheap games, you're not looking for exactly $10. But we got Wolfenstein The Old Blood and Wolfenstein The New Order, both coming in at $10. Both phenomenal games. I highly recommend them. If you enjoy games like Metro, you're really gonna love the Wolfenstein, because it does have like a Metro-esque feel, in which that it's a story-driven FPS, but it has a lot more elements to it. It's not just like the whole Metro scene. It's a whole different series, but it's still fun. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a really great game. And the next honorable mention I got is Crysis 2 Maximum Edition for $7.50. Now, Crysis I didn't put on the list because it's one of those games that not a lot of people play, because not a lot of people can run the game. It is a very difficult game to run, and sometimes that sets people off, that the game it won't look bad on low settings, it just won't look what you expect it to look. So that's kind of why I left it off the list. But if you are a fan of Crysis, Crysis 2 is on sale, and it's a great deal. But that's all I have for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you subscribe, just be sure to tune in tomorrow, because I will be uploading another video on the top 10 list of $5 and lower games. That's going to be really exciting. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.